Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-8. It's a Tier 6 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka, and this one is under the command of Moose. Now, although you can't see it because we're carrying the skin that was actually designed by Sir Rusty, there are 3 marks of excellence on his barrel. Yep, the skin actually conceals them, but he does have 3 marks, I can promise you that. And he gets noticed. Yes, they're saying in chat, Moose, you're such a... he's such a bag that he's got a 3 marked Arty. Yes, he's that good. He is that good. Okay, well, he's made his way over to the bushes. And he's just going to set up and start shooting at the enemy and do his job. Okay, well, the SU-8... the design actually was going to be made off the T-28 medium tank, but they stopped making that tank before this Arty could be built. And he got a 209 hit point hit off that last shot. And you see, notice he relocated after making the shot. Now it's got a very fast reload, 16.56 seconds, very quick indeed. He's dialing in. Okay, rounds out. Long range shots. And changes position again. If you wonder about the tracks going red, by the way, that's again another thing with the skin. We don't understand why it happens, but every now and then the skin turns the tracks red. Like you see at the moment, and then they go back to normal. Okay, M4A3E2, that's the Sherman Jumbo. Getting ready for the next shot. Rounds out. Direct hit. 161 hit points. Now it's a 152mm howitzer doing 600 alpha, penetrating 38mm of armor, and it's got a burst radius of 7 meters. So it's a fairly good Arty, and you can see that last round actually hit the thick armor right on the front of the vehicle. And just after he shoots, he moves forward to avoid the counter battery. And that's the best way to do it. You see the fall of shot, then you move after you've seen exactly what it did and where it went. Ready to shoot again. Rounds out straight away. And another hit! And this time round, the Sherman Jumbo dies. Okay, he's pulled it back into another position. He's now looking up the hill. So he's the only person on his team with a kill so far. And that's why he's got 3 marks and the others don't. Rounds out on the KV-1S. Good hit. 213. Moving to a new position. Just got to select which one to go for. Goes for the KV-1S instead. Oh, 85 from a near miss. The Jackson didn't fare so well. And the KV-1S is now down, so he got the stun assist off the rest of him. Now, a lot of people actually find that Soviet Arty does tend to have a very narrow arc of fire, and that's true, it does actually, and it takes a bit of getting used to, especially after you've obtained the M44, the Tier 6 American SPG, which has a much wider arc of fire simply because the howitzer is actually mounted in a bracket that swivels, which means you've got a very wide arc over a very wide field without much reticule blimp. Rounds out in the Hellcat. And he dies before our shell arrives, so unfortunately he doesn't get that kill, but he did try to get it. Okay, the VK3002M, which is the MAM version of the Panther prototype. He's dialed in on that spot, rounds out. If he's still there, he is still there. He took the round square in the side. There was no explosion, so we know we touched the target. Next tank is a light tank, the MT-25, fast but very lightly armoured and very lightly armed. Fires a round in at the anticipated position. He's not showing any stun, so I think he dodged the shell. But we'll be firing another one at him very shortly. And he's on the retreat now, he's pulling back. In fact, actually, he's being very good at evading our shells. That's how you evade shells, you see. You can drive erratically, Very difficult to predict where they are, but here's a tank that has to remain static in order to get shots, accurate shots. And there's another one, the M44, dialing in. Mark the target, rounds out. Here we go. 3 seconds, 4 seconds. There we go. 251 from a near miss. Didn't kill him. Wasn't on target, directly on target, on direct hit. But he's going for the Jagdpanzer 4 now. Oh, he's taking a lot of damage, that guy. And a big hit there, 214. And he gets the rest from the stun assist when the T-34-85M takes him out. Now, we're only one tank up on the enemy at the moment. So they are putting up a good defense, but we're pushing them into their area of the map. T-34-85M goes for the water. Now, I don't think he's trying to drown. I think he was just trying to get below that ridgeline. Though if he was tracked in the water, he might drown. Well, he hasn't come back as a drowned tank, so I think he survived. Rounds out on the type. Oh, yes! One up the posterior. He was wiped out. He felt that one. The T-34-85M's come out of the water, and now we've got a Hellcat just next to the railway engine, using the railway embankment to actually get shots on our guys, but it's decided it's too dangerous, and now one of their guys is coming for us, the MT-25. We get a shot on the 3002M, and the MT-25 has been wiped out. Well, that's the tank we have hit before, the VK-3002M. If you remember, we hit him inside of the vehicle when he was over the other side of the map, the west side. He's hiding behind the wreck of the Sherman Jumbo. Now he's only got 8 rounds left. Moose. He's running short on ammo, but he's been getting a lot of damage. He's loaded. Just waiting for the moment to shoot. Lines him up. Rounds out. Yes, direct hit, but didn't kill him. That was certainly a direct hit right up his rear, and there was no explosion, so we know we'd got him. Our guys are moving in on the railway line. He's only got 7 rounds left now. Going for the VK again. And this time round he gets him with splash. Our T-34-85M took some damage there from one of the enemy tanks on the other side. We're waiting for our T-34-85 to confirm which one that was. It looks like the Hellcat has gone over to the west side of the map. Unfortunately, our heavies and tank destroyers in the south haven't moved up. And they should be moving up because they need to spot where the enemy are. There's only 5 of them left. We know all of them have to be on the west side of the map now. They can't be anywhere else. We're loaded, ready to go, but there's nothing to shoot at. 6 rounds left. Moose has already got a fairly high damage total. It puts him in the purple area. According to the log, he's done 1,847 hit points, but we know that there's some shots in that list that, or shots that have been fired that weren't reported. So I expect that total to be a lot higher. Moose is scanning the tree line in the west area of the map. He's expecting somebody to turn up on that side very shortly. Just need a couple of our tanks to move up and get some spotting done. The only tanks moved up on the ones down on the south of the map are the SU-100Y. The KV-2 and the T-78 haven't moved up at all, and that's very frustrating because they're the sort of tanks that should be going ahead of the others. Well, there's one of them. It's the Cromwell, and the VK-3001P's turned up as well. He's firing at that one. Direct hit, 258, good strike. Now, if only our other guys would hit him. Yet they are hitting him now. Next target's the Striv M4257. The VK's gone down. Striv's next. Rounds out. Long shot, but... oh, just misses the turret. So close. We're still 3 tanks up on the enemy, 4 of them left. He's loaded, 4 rounds left to go. You don't have a lot of ammo with the SU-8, I'm afraid. Rounds out in the strip, he pulls back, but he does take some damage, 55 hit points this time. And it looks like he just got nuked by the KV-2, but he survived it. Okay, we're loaded. 3 rounds left. Rounds out. Misses. Of all the times for RNG to give us a bad shot. Okay, 2 rounds left. He's getting into Faden's territory now because... Yep, there goes the Striv. That was the KV-2. That means there's only 3 enemies left. He's got 2 shots. And we've just lost our Hellcat, as well as the T-3485M. So it's now, we're only 2 tanks ahead, but there are 3 enemies left. There's one of them. It's the SU-100, and he's just got hit by the KV-2, but unfortunately the Hellcat takes out, and we fire our last round, I'm afraid, at the SU-100. And that means there's only 2 enemies remaining. The Cromwell B and the Hellcat, and he's only got 1 round left. Moose's only got 1 round. And that means he's definitely within Faden's medal territory. He's moved closer. It shortens the reaction time. It's all about the flight time of the shell. And you can see the flight time at the moment is 2.2 seconds to that aim point. He's told the team he's only got 1 shell left. There's the Cromwell. He's got to be careful to make this shell count. Oh, the Cromwell gets wiped out by our T-78, so that leaves only 1 left, the Hellcat. Now, where is the Hellcat? He's in sight of our T-78. The T-78 can see him, or at least could be seen by him. And the T-78's got to the top of the map, but he hasn't found him. Moose is closing the distance. We need somebody in the cap at the moment. Might as well be the T-78. Oh, and there's the Hellcat! He came south. I don't know how he managed to get past them. Moose is dialing in, but the guy's clever enough to move sideways as quickly as he can to change the angle, and oh, he fluffs the shotgun, but he gets 60 hit points and tries to close the difference for a RAM, and unfortunately gets taken out. But the box tank is moving south towards the Hellcat. T-78 is capping, and the box tank is going off to the tree line, which is not a good move. He should be trying to get as quickly south as he can. Moose says, so much for my Faden's medal, and he's found the Hellcat. Let's follow the action. There's the Hellcat. He's trying to get shots on the T-78, but I don't think he can see him. The T-78 sees him though, and the box tank is trying to get a kill, and he's almost capped out. 15, 14, that's the last minute counter. And it's a duel between the box tank and the Hellcat, and the Hellcat... Oh, the Hellcat does take out the box tank, but it's too late. We've capped out, and he loses. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an ace tanker for Moose in the SU-8. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He got 14. He got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And he also picked up the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. And remember, he fired all of his rounds. And he tried to do his best for his team. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, after counting up all those rounds that actually hit targets that we never saw the damage for, he actually did 2,834 hit points, much more than we originally thought. And the next high scorer in the game was the SU-100 on the enemy team with 1,958. And after that, it was the Hellcat on our team with 1,796. When it came to kills, it was actually the Hellcat on the enemy team. Managed to get 4 kills when he took out the box tank. 3 kills for Moose. And 3 kills for the Cromwell B and the SU-100 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, yes, he did get the top one with that. 1,134 base, 880 for the Cromwell, 738 for the T-34. Or actually, in fact, it was the Hellcat with 742 who got the next highest base XP. Sorry about the ice cream van is outside at the moment. So the kiddies are getting their ice cream. Yes, it does sometimes bleed through because I've got the windows open. Let's have a look at detail. 26 shots fired, all of his ammo, 9 direct hits, 1 penetration, 17 splash, damage of 2,834 hit points, of which 2,774 were at more than 300 meters. I think the shot that penetrated was on the Type 64. It went right up his posterior, and yes, he wouldn't have survived that one. The shell would have carved straight through the armor. 2 hits received, both penetrations, I'm afraid. Yeah, both from the Hellcat. Not a lot he could do about that. 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 238 hit points of damage assistance, and 1,222 hit points of stun assist or 15 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 38,741 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 35,014 credits. He received 1,134 XP, got ×2 for the first victory, 851 from personal reserves, and 2,100 from personal missions payout, so he took away 6,353 experience points altogether. So a very good game by Moose, and it shows why he's got 3 marks on the barrel. He is a top player, and he knows how to use the SU-8 to its best advantages. In this case, I'm afraid the Hellcat knew that so long as he kept moving and kept his angular velocity up, he was forcing Moose to keep re-aiming, and that made his reticule bloom to such an extent that when he did fire, he couldn't hit the target. And in fact, actually, that's a mistake a lot of tank drivers make, is they sit there like rabbit in the headlights when an Arty is facing them, and it makes the Arty get an easy shot. It's actually, if you can keep moving, that you actually do make it difficult for Arty. But of course, we won't tell all tank drivers that, only the ones who watch these videos. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.